feel good. Went okay.
So the proverbial train's left the station with everything I discussed in the last video, talking about what do I need to be taken care of in terms of making this goal a reality. And we talked about training, talked about my prosthetic, and we talked about gaining some weight. So I got my first throwing session in the books this past week, and to be honest, it felt way better than I expected. Went out through light hammer. It's always the one that I kind of like to get back into it. I do well with that one, throwing at a lower intensity. So pulled that one out, and like I said, it just went far better than I could have hoped for. I do a lot of mental reps. My mental reps were really accurate for how well I was able to move it, and that was pretty cool. So kind of some evidence there that skill is improving, at least in some areas. So like I said, that one's a really exciting piece of the puzzle, to know that at least one of the throws is not crazy rusty. In the gym, training's going well. A lot of pulling, a lot of explosive work, and then also just making sure that I am taking care of capacity as well. It's not about just being strong for one event. Again, there's the aspect of the whole competition and being able to have the stamina to maintain the power output needed for what we have going on with, again, trying to throw all 8 world records in the same day. I follow programming from Wolf Brigade up in Rochester, New York. I think Greg Walsh is really onto something with the training. It's been an awesome culmination of everything I've spent time with in terms of my own training, between working in the past doing CrossFit, both from a generalist standpoint and from a competition bias, Olympic weightlifting being the 2 primary ones that I've done stuff with in this arena. All of that came together, and as I got more exposed to his training, it really clicked and just made sense for me. I really liked his ideas on the incorporating all the different implements, not just barbells, not just kettlebells, not just anything. So the training feels good. From there, I get my first of the 2 new sockets done on tomorrow, Tuesday. It is the socket for the leg that I won't probably be throwing in, but it gets me into a socket that fits well, and I'm not upwards of 10 ply socks, which, as if you're an amputee watching this, you know that is a far from ideal fit. So we've got that going on. Again, we get that taken care of. Tomorrow, 1 out of 2, as well as getting myself almost to the finish line on the other sport leg that'll replace the one that you'll see me wearing in most of these videos that are going to be attached here. Weight's also moving the right direction now. Really excited about that. I've, again, never really pushed the envelope as far as trying to gain weight. And a few weeks in, I am up a few pounds. Was up a little bit more. And last weekend, I played 3 sled hockey games. And that just, well, it's really hard to maintain a surplus in that condition. So lost a little bit, starting to gain it back, feeling good. And it's really been fueled to training, go figure. I'm definitely getting enough food. Right now, my floor is about 3,100 calories. I'm getting ready to bump that floor up to about 3,300 to 3,400. And with a ceiling of the day at 4,000 if I am still hungry. I'm pleasantly surprised with how this is going. To be honest, I expected a little bit more stumbling blocks, and it's going all right. I mean, one of the nice parts about eating so much more food is I'm getting more diversity in my diet. I am absolutely somebody that's very willing to eat the same 5 ingredients to eternity, and that is not an ideal diet. So this has done really good things as far as me getting more creative. I've got more room to play with macros. So that's been nice. Like I said, I'm actually getting, with the increase in calories, I'm getting better diversity in my diet. And I feel that in my training. I see that in the body composition, because I do believe I'm actually leaning out a little bit. So can't be upset about that one. So that's kind of how we are now, a couple weeks into this, pointing all the wheels towards that May 6th date. And if you've been following along, thank you. If you've got questions, things that you'd like me to cover,